mean, we're talking about this year. We are now just months away from the election. If you've been paying attention to the polling here, some interesting dynamics to note over the last just couple days here. The lead that Joe Biden had stacked up against President Donald Trump has been shrinking, at least when you look at the election tracker from 538.com, a 9-point lead, shrinking to about a 7-point lead for Joe Biden. And bettors seem to be following that even quicker and piling in on the momentum that Donald Trump has been building. And here to chat that with us is our next guest, Sarbjit Bakhshi, is Smarkets head of political markets. And Sarbjit, I mean, it's a quick and fast move here, so close to the election, but what are you seeing on your platform in terms of bettors piling into Trump's odds?
Well, this has been an incredible time because going into August, you had Biden sitting at a 28% lead above Trump's price. So all it looked like was this kind of steamroller of Biden's momentum taking us up to election and to a probable victory. And since August alone, that lead has eroded and fallen apart. Biden is now trading at just 51% to Trump's 48% to become the next president of the US. So almost nothing in it. We're in toss-up territory. And this is an incredible shift to see because all the other charts are not yet showing that shift as well. We have things like popular vote market, where the Democrats are 80% to win the popular vote again, meaning that if Trump was to win, that he would do so without the popular vote like he did in 2016. And also looking at our aggregation of the electoral votes or the electoral college votes that will go in the election, Biden's still at 303 to Trump's 235. Mm-hmm. So while we're seeing a lot of momentum on that big market, the other markets haven't caught up yet. But it's a big shift from where we were just a month ago.
Well, that's what's interesting to me. I mean, when you think about the gap that you're describing, it's a lot closer than what the polls seem to be indicating. But we saw that, again, pointing back to 2016 when Trump won. So I'd be curious to get your take on what that means in terms of your bettors potentially maybe saying, look, we should be discounting the polls again this time because the same dynamics are at play. We heard similar surveys looking into Trump voters saying that they're less likely to actually indicate they would be voting for him in polls. So what do you think about that?
So I think that this kind of market is so huge. It's a $4.6 million market, remember, that everyone, every man and his dog will be getting into this market and having their say. So we have a huge amount of people who maybe are less informed, less trading on politics every day, who are now into this market. So we're perhaps picking up the general consensus with people who are maybe inexperienced in political trading into this, or people who just see value, who see that the prices will change and shift, so should move into the market with an intention to move out again before November. So it's normal that we're out of sync with the polls. It's normal that the polls shift the market in particular ways. But these market dynamics, these market participants that we have trading on our market, give you a very wide spectrum and a much rosier picture for Trump than the polls are suggesting.
Hey investors, Zack Guzman here. Are you interested in learning more about the markets and getting the latest financial news? Well, then click right here to subscribe to our Yahoo Finance YouTube channel. Get the latest up-to-the-minute market analysis, big interviews in the world of finance, and information on how to manage your money every day wherever you are.